saying no, you can sometimes, or every single time, you can feel guilty when you say no. You can feel as if it's not even your own body doing it. You can feel as if it's not even your own instinct, your own primal intuition, survival instinct doing it. It can feel like an electric shock that came out of something that is not you. And that is because you are not trusting your own no. Somewhere along the line, maybe in early childhood, like I was, my grandma telling me, is it okay to say no to adults? Is it? Is it okay to say no to adults? And then you learn it's not okay to say no to adults. And then you learn that it's not okay to say no to anything that presents itself as authority over you. And there are a lot of things that would like to present it themselves as authority over us. And there's a lot of things that we give authority to outside of us. And every time you want to say no for something, you're going to feel guilty because at some point in your life you have been given conditional love, either from your parents, your grandparents, your school, your teacher, your partner at some point, your friends, or somebody, where if you said no, things would get withheld from you. You would not get love, attention, emotional connection. Maybe food, shelter, business would get lost, you would get fired. And then your nervous system gets wired, so you never say no. And if you do say no, even to something that's healthy for you, I mean unhealthy for you, you're gonna feel guilty because you've been guilt tripped into saying yes all the time. So other people, you can stroke their addiction, you can stroke whatever it is that they needed stroking. You enabled others. Whether it's your mom and dad, whether it's your grandparents, whether it's your siblings, your teachers, your friends, it doesn't matter. The point is that if this is something that is ingrained in you, as it was in me, that when the body gives you a signal that goes hazard, hazard, disgusting, unhealthy, hazard, disgusting, unhealthy, get away, get away, get away, you might go against it feeling like it's something outside of you. You go into this orientation mode that's basically, who is giving me these signals? Where are these signals coming from? It's like it's not even you. Your own inner guidance system, your own animal being, your own little panther, intuitive, or Spidey sense, Spider-Man, if you enjoy Spider-Man, you know what Spidey sense is. It's gonna feel like it's not even you. Why? Because you have shunned it. You kicked it. You kicked it away into the corner. You locked it in the basement. And now it's banging from the basement saying, I create lines. Get the hell out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. What is the feeling? What is the anxiety telling you? What is the body's nervous system? What is your breath telling you? It's telling you eject. Eject. Pull out. Let's go. What the hell? And you feel guilty for saying no. The moment you ponder saying no, there is this overarching thing sitting on your shoulders, this judge, your dad or your mom or whoever it was, over you. Is it okay to say no in this situation? You should be ashamed of yourself. Is it okay to say no to our older people? Well, hell yeah, if they're dying and unhealthy and falling off cliffs. This is nothing personal. This is not judgment. This is basic. Like, is it okay to say no if something is jeopardizing your life? Yes. Hell yes, it's good to say no to things like this. Even if it's your own flesh and blood. If they're gonna drown and they're gonna pull you down with them, nah. Nah, why should you drown with someone else? You can try and help them. I'm not against that. I'm here doing that. Try and help others. If there's a point where what you're doing is not helping and they're drowning and they're pulling you down with them, You gotta let people drown. And if you feel guilty for it, well, you're gonna go down with it. This is nothing personal. This is not judgmental. It's basic survival stuff, guys. It's just basic survival stuff. And I'm speaking to myself as well. Hey, man, this is basic survival. You don't gotta go personal on this. You don't gotta go, is this good or evil? You don't gotta go, is this my grandma? Your grandma's gonna serve you poison with a smile. She's gonna give you food that's not even food at all, prepared on the worst possible ways. If you're from places where I am in the world, where the things people eat, no wonder they're dying at 50 or 60. And if you believe that you have to take it, because if you say no, your grandma's not gonna feel good, and you feel guilty, well, you can go ahead, and then down the line, you're gonna face the same fate as them, which is 60 years old, gunked up, with mucus, arthritis, and God knows what. And this is just one example. Food is one example. It could be a job, it could be an environment, it could be a way of life, it could be addictions, it could be relationships, it could be anything that you were taught that if you say no, you are guilty. You are guilty. Your body's going into this. It's going against itself. It's going against itself. You feel like that's a different something. You feel like it's a different entity on you that is giving you guidance. And that's because you have learned to trust everything outside of yourself. Your family, your religion, your school, anything online like this. Your friends. And you can listen to things. Ultimately, you need to listen to that inner primal animal instinct that if you have kept locked up in the basement because somebody early on or down the line of your life told you that if you say no to these things, they are going to take it personally. This is the crux of everything, is if you say no to things that other people are addicted to, they take it personally. They go like, oh, you think you're better than me? Well, nah, mom, grandma, grandpa, friends, I'm not better than you. I am a life, and you are a life. I'm not better than you on a scale of whose life is better. I'm just choosing what's better for me because my body is feeling that that's not good for me. I don't care what you do with your life. Because ultimately, nobody is going to be next to you once you are self-sustainable as much as you can be, as much as you wish to be. And that responsibility that comes with it, the more you go following your instincts and choosing what is healthy, the more the entirety almost of the world is going to be against that, because the entirety of the world is against health, because it's what they've been taught. It's what I was taught growing up. And the more I go into this, the more I go into health, movement, exercise, passion in life, choices in life, relationships, parenting, the way I was parented, the way I'm gonna parent, the way I deal with clients, psychology, sociology, everything, health on all levels, emotional, mental, physical, spiritual, energetic. The more I understand that every single thing that we've been taught is backwards. It is upside down. Food is not food. Job is not passion and purpose. So many, everything, almost 99% of life that has been given to us as templates for good living since our upbringing is backwards. Almost everything healthy is not actually healthy. How long we're supposed to live, that's a lie. How we're supposed to fuel our bodies, that's a lie. How we're supposed to connect to each other emotionally, now we're doing drama and manipulation, that's also a lie. Everything, worst things, hospital and supermarket. Most dangerous places, the hospital and the supermarket, because it's all backwards. It's all backwards. Relationships, the way we relate to each other, the way that we speak to ourselves, language, almost everything is backwards. So if you feel guilty for saying no to things, this is who you truly are, pulling on your nerves from the inside. Let me out of the basement. Let me out of the basement. Let me out of the basement. Let me wreak havoc in your life. Let me burn the whole thing down except for what I am. And if this goes against almost every single person you're surrounded with, well, guess what? It's time to eject. Because either you eject from that place or that person inside you ejects from you. Because the less you listen to them, the more they go into the puppy dog guilty mode and don't give you guidance anymore. And the more you do listen to this little guy inside you, little girl inside you, saying, like, please, it's enough. Let's stop this. Let's stop this relationship. Let's stop eating that junk. Let's stop saying yes to that abuse. Let's quit that job. Let's move away from this environment. Because that's what it's trying to tell you. All your anxieties, all your fears, all your autoimmune disease. What is autoimmune disease? It is you going something against inside of yourself. I don't know how this phrasing came out, but it's you going against something inside yourself. You are fighting your immune system. Your immune system is trying to keep you alive and you are overriding it. You're going like this. Or you're going, shut up, not now, not today, not now, not today, not now, not today. And then we develop all these things. Emotional and mental becomes energetic, becomes physical, and then you got clogs and lumps of dense energy in your body. You are resentful, bitter, you hold on to anger, that anger burns you from within. Instead of using it to burn all of the stuff outside you that is stagnant. This is what true fire usage looks like, healthy fire usage looks like. It is transformation, vision, change, burning off dead wood that doesn't serve you, shedding the leaves, shedding the skin, mulching or molting, not sure. I think molting is the word. When snakes shed the skin, when it's time. When it is time. Well, it is time, guys. It's always been time. Now you do have the awareness, which is amazing. Just having the awareness. When I'm speaking all this, if you can go, if there are thoughts coming up like, oh wow, yeah, he's right about that. Oh, he's right about that. Oh yeah. Oh, I see now. This is all it takes. If you got this, hey, you got this. And just know that these signals, conflicting signals inside you, if you can feel them as conflicting, you're already way on your way. You're well on your way. Because just feeling, hey, this signal is pulling me over here, and this signal is pulling me over here, you gotta know that some of those are conditioned, and some of those are actually you. And you're not guilty for listening to ones who are actually you. Because the people who instilled the conditioning on you have been conditioned themselves. This is not to say that My grandma is to blame about my life. My mom is to blame about my life. My teachers, my friends. None of this. None of this. None of this is personal. None of this is personal, and nobody's better or worse than anyone else. This is just raw facts. This is just the raw human truth of our condition as a species, what we have been doing to each other unconsciously, keeping each other in chains, in loops of unhealthy death culture, not knowing we are in a death culture ourselves. And it's time to start living a life-affirming culture, which is basically 99% of everything you've ever been taught flipped on its head. And it's not easy starting to live a life that's completely opposite to what you've been taught your whole life. And not only mentally taught, but your nervous system is wired to exist and survive in this type of world. And until we build a different one, or until this old one crumbles and the new one grows from manure of the old, it's going to be a bit tough. However, if you're here, if you're listening to this, that means you're ready to hear what I'm sharing, to know this truth for yourself. And you've been knowing this truth. You've been knowing it. This is your confirmation to accept it, finally. This is your confirmation that there are others like you that have gone through a lot of these states of feeling, who am I? Who should I listen to? These gods, my parents, my authoritarian teachers, my friends. Just because somebody is older doesn't mean absolutely nothing. It means absolutely nothing. You can have parents who are 60 years old biological age and 15 years old emotional maturity and mental health. They could be stuck in elementary school, in high school ecosystems, ways of thinking, ways of hierarchy, thinking what's good for them, stuck in addictions, stuck in the same old little city, never traveling, never exploring themselves, let alone the world and other people. Once again, there's no judgment. It's a perpetual tradition of trauma that is piled on you because it has been piled on your parents, because it has been piled on their teachers, their authoritarian, whoever. And you are not guilty for saying no to any of that. And just know that those electric shocks in your nervous system, that is you inside of you pulling and banging on the basement door, saying it's okay to say no. It's okay to say no. And you will feel guilty. You say no, you still feel guilty. And that goes on for years. And it might, because it's still going on for me. I've been saying no to maybe 80% of the things in my entire life that have been taught that are yes, supposedly healthy. And there are still instances, and I'm just going to end with this. There's still going to be instances where you say no and you feel guilty. You say no and you look over your shoulders. Is there somebody who's going to punish you because you rejected them? Because you rejected their lifestyle? Even though it's nothing personal with them, it's the choice. But they make it personal. So you say no and immediately you're looking around. Is there somebody next to me that's gonna scold me and be like, for saying no? And you gotta go through this. So just know that even when you say no, you still might feel guilty. And that's okay. Just don't listen to the guilt. Don't listen to the guilt. Never listen to the guilt. Listen to that inner voice. And that's your choice. Peace, health, abundance. One-on-one sessions, audio courses, therapy for individuals, relationships, families, and businesses. Insight Timer live sessions where you can come ask questions. Everything is in the description, icreatelines.com. Check it out. Find me on my Instagram. Contact me through WhatsApp. Telegram channel free to join. Everything is accessible to you. If you choose to heal, I will be there for you, helping you going through the doors. You're the ones who have to go through them, though. I show you where to go. I show you options. You're the one who has to do the choice. It's your voice. It's your choice.